Ooh, and I'm getting a call right now. Not good.
Sana, colita aterana.
Bienvenidas. Hello. Welcome to the Sana Show. I am your host, and this is your co-host, Huntington. Obviously not planned, but what I do have planned today is a fun second show. I kind of want to talk about the first episode, actually. Coming back, I was nervous last week. I'm still nervous this week. I don't know when that's going to go away. Hopefully never, because I feel like it keeps me on my toes. Literally, thank you to everybody who watched my first episode, to all my friends who reached out to me, to my sister who let me know how cute or not cute I looked. And yeah, I don't know. I just want to keep on sharing my message and just talking about, things that are going on with our lives collectively, not just mine, but all of our lives. I'm hoping maybe to have somebody else on the show soon. So we'll see. So anyway, that was episode 1. This is episode 2. Speaking of which, I did my nails this week, so that's really fun. I did kind of like a nice Thanksgiving theme. Maybe I could do a close-up. They're not incredible. My nails are very short. We're going on a nail journey, but if you've ever been on a nail journey, you probably know, literally within 1 second, if you're doing dishes and that nail breaks, nail journey, you gotta cut them all off and start it over again. So let's not talk about that because that'll make me upset, and I'm not here to get upset. What are we here to talk about today? And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in a little bit of a different place than last week. I feel like this is where I'm gonna sit down, this is where I'm gonna film. And it kind of inspired me to have kind of this topic for week number 2, which is reinvention. It kind of feels like a daunting topic, or kind of like a huge topic, reinventing yourself and what that means and how to even start and all those things. I kind of don't want to talk about how to reinvent yourself. I feel like there's so many of those videos online, but that it's okay to reinvent yourself and that it's okay to change, kind of why that is so important to us, I think, as young adults to talk about. Young adults, oh my God, I'm almost 30, definitely not that. Yeah, why it's okay, especially like kind of in this era of our lives and kind of post-COVID now, I guess, what people are feeling. Okay, so I'm not gonna make you share with me first without giving you a little bit of myself. So I will start first, and then you're gonna have to tell me about yourself. I swear, I feel like the poster child of reinvention. I have reinvented myself many a times, okay? And not by choice or by design or on purpose, but really because life has asked me to mold and change and kind of reinvent as things have happened in my life. Obviously things that I like, moves, right? Sudden moves to different states, or loss of family, or as of recently, diagnosis, Hey, mamas, what's wrong? I can still pay attention to you. Very needy child. So yeah, I literally grew up around this feeling. My dad was an architect. He's an architect. We very much learned that the world is huge and that there's so much going on and that there's so much world and so much history out there. I've had kind of 3 phases. I think pre-adult, which I grew up in Texas for most of my life, and that shaped me quite a bit. I guess growing up, I very much thought I would go to college, finish it, become a designer, and that would kind of be my forever, right? It would all go according to plan A, B, C, D. But I ended up not wanting that. I ended up wanting to take a year to explore. I really did feel like high school wasn't enough exploration. I don't believe there's enough passion building and there's enough time because of this hustle culture that I think, unfortunately, here in the United States, we have just ingrained in us since we were little to just go, 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 and better grades and more college applications and more, more sports, more club. You've got to be the president. You've got to do all these things. And I think by just chasing all these things that you're not even completely sure of, I mean, we don't really grow and evolve and mold into who we are until I'm still feeling like I'm doing that right now. And so I feel like I took the right steps, figure out what I wanted to do. I ended up moving to California and I got a great job, and I kind of just sort of dove into a very surfer, fun, beautiful chapter of my early adulthood. I don't think I would trade that chapter of my life for literally anything. I learned so much of myself, and I think that's where this topic really evolved for me. It is so expensive, and it is so fast-paced, and it is also very relaxed, and it is also very beautiful, and it's also natural, and it's also fake and you have to keep up with so many things and people and trends and fashion and so much. Reinvention was the name of the game, and I think that really was honed in during this chapter because I was in HR. I then went to a boxing company. I went into tech because of boxing, and then from tech I went to my own company. From having my own company I went to modeling, and just from all of those things, what I really truly found wasn't so much my career, but myself. Okay, I think I literally have 26 minutes left on this card. I really hope this kind of looks like the last frame. I had to do all that. So, I kind of was talking about just the California era, going into that 18 era into your 30s. That was basically where I was in. And I mean, you're dating all these different types of people. You're meeting all of these types of different people. I went through friend eras. I went through hobbies. I mean, I felt like such a surfer girl in the beginning. And then I went through a little party phase and a fun, adventure phase. And then I was modeling and traveling all the time and kind of just finding my flow. I don't feel like we will ever stop trying to find our flow for hopefully the rest of my life, hopefully the rest of our lives, right? Because I was just talking to somebody. When I'm designing, I always tell people, everyone always harps on, what if I don't like this design in 5 to 10 years? And if I was just doing this for the sales aspect, I would tell them, no, that's not gonna happen. This will last forever. But the reality of that is I have now told my clients, and unfortunately, you probably will maybe not like it in 5 to 10 years, because as we grow, as we change, we have to reinvent ourselves. New apartments, that's why you kind of change spaces. I hope we change. I hope we reinvent. It's been so incredible to look back on now that I think about it. From my 18 years to my now 29 years, all of those different versions of myself. By the way, one of it was protection. I was protecting who I was in that moment and trying to make sure I survived. I mean, it is hard out there. I don't know if anybody's been dating, right? I mean, I've been off the market for a little bit, but I was in those trenches, okay? It was tough because all of those times you're kind of just meeting versions of yourself and trying to go through all of these different types of people while also kind of changing on your own. So we can get into that a little bit later. I definitely want to do a more dating focused episode. Yeah, so for now, let's talk about what's going on right now, right? I'm in Portland. I feel like I'm in this healing era of my life, and I don't think it'll be the last healing era of my life. But I think it's the most impactful one I've ever had. I acknowledge that chronic illness and burnout and reinvention and all of these things can make us feel chaotic. I'm a Houston girl. I grew up in Houston, Texas. I don't know if you know that, but if you did, you would know I love my girl Beyonce, okay? My girl Beyonce has had 12 eras. I don't know if you guys know, maybe more, but I know at least like 12 different eras, okay? 15 different eras. Pretty sure she's had like 12 albums. And I don't know, I mean, every era of her, right? This is what artists do. They evolve, they change, they bring out new music, new things that they want to express. And so change and reinventing and doing something completely different than you've ever done before is scary. We know it's scary. Doing anything different has always been scary. But it's also maybe towards the version that you really need in that moment. Cada versión de mí me ha enseñado algo nuevo. Y cada vez que encuentro una versión nueva, me ha traído más cerca a mí misma. It's made me feel like my body has learned little by little how to, I don't know, take my time and stop better and put up boundaries and love myself more. Through every version, I've been going through, who am I? I don't know. I kind of did a little bit of a project. I hope you can you can't actually see it. I'm gonna show you right now, but I kind of led into it. I design now. I am a designer by day, I guess, by trade. So I needed a little bit of a reinvention. We are in a 1-bedroom, and so I can't do too much. They tell me minimum holes in the wall. I tried to really do that. However, I definitely went a little crazy with this project. I needed to clean up my space. It was just a little bit chaotic. Everything was on the floor. A lot of my furniture is open face furniture, which I like. However, when I did move in with my partner, we now had to kind of merge all of our things together, but it's a little bit messy. It was just like all over the floor. I mean, it was a corner space, and we work out. We put all of our workout stuff in there. We just had all of our books, my vinyls, and then just honestly like a mismatch of things together. It just was not working. It just wasn't working anymore. It was kind of just a dead space, and I hated going past it. I just honestly brushed right past it. So I needed to redo that space immediately. And I thought, while I was kind of talking on this topic, I also want to invite people to kind of reinvent with the things that you have. I didn't spend too much. I believe we only spent, I want to say $50 to $60 on this project. So we got to work. We stained. We got this stain. The first stain that I ended up getting, I thought was going to be kind of a more ashy. It was going to tone down the yellow of the board that we ended up getting. It was quite yellow in the beginning, so I thought it would tone down. What it ended up doing is actually just making it look a little dirty. So I looked up how to DIY a stain, which, if you're a professional, please don't come for me at all. I don't want to hear it. I saw someone else do it, so I ended up doing it too. I ended up staining my wood with acrylic paint and the rest of the oil base. So I used actually a little bit of that mix. If you are looking for something that will last for a long time, just buy a stain. Don't do what I did, buy a real stain. So yeah, we got to work. I basically am a control freak. I love DIY, but you know who also loves to do things with me? My boyfriend. And I am not mad at that. I really love that he loves to hang out with me and do the crazy things that I just envision in my head. He actually worked so much on this project with me, so I'm really happy. I didn't film so much of the process just because it's really just about staining and letting paint dry. We're literally watching paint dry. We put it outside in the sun. It is cold in Portland and rainy, so it took about a day to actually dry. And the next day we did the calculation, which actually, so bad of me, I didn't even notice that the wood was not the right depth until the second day, because I was just so focused on the color at first that I literally did not even think about the measurements. I just saw the boards and they looked Lengthwise, great. Depthwise, didn't even think about it. Put it up on the first one. I was like, whoa, this is a lot shorter than I thought it was gonna be. I have a lot of books that are pretty long. So I was kind of like a little bit bummed out about that. But again, we're already so far ahead. We don't need to move backwards. We just need to keep going forward. So moving forward, I'm going to show you kind of how I styled it this go round. It's winter season, so I'm kind of playing up on my reds. I did a nice kind of color coded background, and then on the top shelf it's just purely books. And then my favorite part, and I think what's gonna be the most rotational, is gonna be the vinyls. So I'm really happy because I have a vinyl collection and I feel like it just kind of looks really cohesive putting my books and my vinyls kind of all together. And then I put some knickknacks. Of course, I've told you my boyfriend and I love knickknacks right now. So some playing cards, a good greenery moment, life. I don't know if you could tell, I love green. I love bringing life into a space. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I really didn't do too much. I ended up moving what was in the front room to now the front entrance, and I'm gonna put a picture of that. 2 pegboards for the entrance, which was so cute, and our little cowboy hats to kind of like his and hers moment when you enter. This is kind of the end of this one. I do want to know what you thought of my little project. It's not completely done. I'm never truly done. Next week, I'm talking about burnout and boundaries. Yeah, because even reinvented girlies need some rest and some just that recuperation, I think, right? Rest and recuperation? Oh my God, that sounds so not right. I want to put it back out there because I kind of want to hear back from you guys. Anything on burnout and boundaries. And what led you maybe to a burnout? What led you out of that burnout? And was that or did that include boundaries? If it didn't, just related to that burnout, then what boundaries do you hold close? What is important to you to kind of have put up in your life? And maybe we can kind of go back and forth and talk about some of those together in the next episode. What did I say last time? Go drink some water. Go take your meds. Stretch a little bit. You know the vibes. Okay. I'll see you next time on the Sana Sana Show. Adios.